Sorry, this is a continuation of the previous video, part 3. This is part 4. I'm just picking up where I left off because I accidentally uh, hit the wrong button, um, and it just shut it off. So sometimes I don't like how these these smartphones are designed. They put the buttons in a really, you know, in the wrong area. They really put the buttons in an awkward place where they should not be, because they know your fingers are going to be there trying to hold the phone. And if you move your fingers around incorrectly by accident, trying to hold the phone so you don't drop it while you're doing like this video right here that I'm doing, um, you will, accidentally, probably, in this case, push the power button and you turn off the phone. So I apologize for that, for the previous video that got cut off um, halfway through my recording. But anyways, it sucks. I hate that, but it sometimes things happen. So that, I guess that's what it is. But I'm just gonna pick up where I left off, and I hate how the sun gets in. There we go. How it gets like that, and it just screws up the recording. Very annoying. But that's, I'm dealing with limited equipment here. It's my smartphone. It's not like I have all this expensive cameras to do these videos right now. I used to, and now I got to get more newer cameras uh, that are compatible with the newer technology. So just bear with me, guys. I apologize. I'm doing the best I can under the circumstances. Okay, you know what? I do want to show you the trunk, like I said on a previous video. So I guess it's part 4. So like I said on part 3, on the next video, part 5, I'll make sure to make time to clean up the engine bay and the engine, and show you how it looks like when it's nice and clean. Because like I said on the previous video, it's not exactly uh, clean. It's dusty and dirty. And this is the trunk, which is not bad. Like I said, it's a 28-year-old car. You guys will have to check the previous video. Instead of me repeating everything I just said, you'll have to watch the previous video, part 3. So on this part, that's part 4, you'll understand what I'm talking about, and it'll make sense to you. So I'm going to go ahead and open this door right here so you can see the other side. So there we go. So like I said, like I said on previous video, part 3, this is part 4. I don't really like this, but like I said, it's not that bad because it's easy to vacuum out and wash and clean up, and suck it up, the soapy water, or water with the wet vac, as long as it's not too much water, So that's the only thing. But yeah, my family decided to redo that, like I said before. Like I said, just watch video 3. You understand what I'm talking about, because I don't feel like repeating everything all over again, starting again. But yeah, basically, I used to have the nice carpet, like I said, the nice upholstery. If you watch video 3, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't approve of that too much, but at the same time, it's not that bad. And if I do ever, like I said on part 2, decide to keep this, I'm going to redo all that the right way, properly. And if I set this up for, I don't know, maybe I'll set it up for racing. Maybe then I won't care about that. I'll just tear that all out or leave it in there, because then that for racing is appropriate. But for VIP, it's not. It just depends on what you want to do. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll set this up for a VIP. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll set it up for racing. I don't know. If I even do anything with this. If I decide to do anything with it. If I ever can. But right now, like I said, it's just an everyday driver. Just watch video 3. You'll understand everything I'm talking about. I don't feel like repeating everything again. I'm sorry. And I always try to be careful not to hit that power button, but sometimes your fingers wander a little bit because you're trying to hold the camera a little bit better, or your phone, your smartphone, and that power button is just placed in it's placed in a wrong area. That's the way the manufacturer of the smartphone made it, to where it's very annoying, because that button being there, it shouldn't be there. They placed that button wrong. So if your index finger moves a little bit, it'll accidentally turn it off, because that power button is right there where it should not be. All right, anyhow, sorry for that. I just had to mention that because it makes me mad. It's not the first time. Sometimes accidentally I'm making a video and actually turn the phone off because that power button gets in the way. So it kind of makes me mad. That's why I'm talking about that, because it really aggravates me. Okay, anyhow, enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and get in here and start it. And you guys will see. And as you can see right there, see, like I was explaining on the previous video, video part 3, this is part 4, 224,810 miles. There you go. Like I said on the previous video, it has right under 225,000 miles. And it starts right up. I mean, it has its little issues here and there for what it is, but I mean, you can't complain. You know, it's a 28-year-old car. A couple of more years, it'll be 30. And it's only, like I explained on part 3, it's only because the previous owner was abusive with the car and we brought it back. So just, I recommend, please watch part 3. That way it'll make sense to you. You'll understand everything that I'm talking about on this part, which is part 4. So, let me go ahead and, I think I already popped, no I didn't. Pop the hood. There we go. And let me show you. And like I was talking about part 3, I'm going to show you the trunk on that one, how clean and nice that is in a minute. Okay, so this is basically it. Trying to hold the phone and put the stick up, the prop stick, so it doesn't, the hood doesn't come down. Sometimes that's not so easy. All right, there we go. So this is it. And it runs very well. It drives very well. You know, it idles and drives very well. At least within reason. Like I said, it's almost 225,000 miles, and I really haven't done anything to it other than just maintenance. I already explained that on part 3, so if you check out part 3, you'll know. But this is it. It's a little dirty, like I said. The engine bay, the engine, I cleaned it, but it's been a while since I cleaned it, and I got to do it again. I just haven't had time to clean it because I like doing it by hand. I don't always like, you know, high pressure washing it or steam cleaning it because of the electricals and, well, yeah, the electronics. So, I mean, you can, no problem. It's not an issue. You can do that. But if I have the time, I just do it by hand. If I don't have the time and I still want it cleaned, then I, you know, high pressure wash it. And then I just blow it out and let it start the engine, make sure everything's good, and then make sure it's not, you know, no water. Hasn't gotten into anything that, you know, where it shouldn't be. So basically, you know, that's what I do. And then I just dress it up if I decide to do that after I dry it. But I prefer to do it by hand, like I said, and I just haven't had the time to do it by hand, because to do it by hand the way I like to do it, it takes me at least a couple of hours, if not half a day, you know. And it's not that bad right now. If it was really bad, it would take me probably a full day. It takes time, you know, because there's so much detail and so many little crevices, and, you know, you have to get into, basically into everything. There we go. That's a much better look and view to it. So, there you go. But that's it. That's a 2.0 inline 4, 16 valve, electronic fuel injection. So, you know, these cars, they're built to run. They're built to last. Toyota really did a good job with these cars. This is what, the 2nd generation Camry? And as you can see today, you see how nice the newer Camrys are, and especially the brand new Camry. And for quite some, like several years now, I don't remember, I think it's been, oh, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years or more since something like that. At least 10, 11 years, if I'm not mistaken, or 12 years, if I'm not mistaken, or more, since Toyota decided to use the newer Camrys for NASCAR. So, you know, that says a lot of how, you know, these cars, it says a lot about the car, that it's a good car and it can be very strong, very fast. Like I said before, the 2.0, this, believe it or not, can be built up quite a bit, like I said on part 3. And a 2.5 V6 with all the more reason. So, I know I keep repeating it, but it's just because I feel like I have to say it. Just watch part 3 and it'll make sense, and it'll go hand in hand with this part 4. But this is it. And now it's settling down. As you can hear it, it's up to operating temperature, proper operating temperature. And now the head is lubricated properly. It's always very important for everyone, even on new cars, to let it, come up to proper operating temperature before you take off like a bat out of hell, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the worst thing that you can do, is race a cold engine. That's how you destroy the head, and that's how you damage the engine, because first of all, it's cold. Second of all, the head or heads, if it's a V6 or V8, the head or heads are not lubricated properly, because all the oil is at the bottom of the engine, an oil pan. So you have to give it if it's a brand new car, at least a minute or two, believe it or not. Not just 30 seconds, a full minute or a couple of full minutes, at least 2 full minutes, or up as much as 2 full minutes, for the head or heads to be properly lubricated and the engine to come up to operate normal or proper operating temperature. On an older car, you want to give it a little more time. You want to give it maybe, as much as 5 minutes if you have the time. If you don't have the time, you should make the time. That way you don't have costly repairs, So that helps, the engine last a lot longer too. So anyways, I guess that's it for now. You already seen the interior. You've seen the trunk. And you've seen the car. Like I said, please check out part 3 along with this one after the other, because then, it'll make sense. And I apologize that part 3, I had that little mishap with my phone, but sometimes things happen, You try to do the best, that's all you can do. All right, so over here, I wanted to show you, like I said on part 3, the 91 Camry trunk. Let me do that. There we go. And see how new this is? It's a 91, and it's in excellent condition. Mint condition, outstanding. Outstanding. Look at it, with the original jack right there, as you can see. I mean, it's got everything. We got all the paperwork to it, too. We even still have the sticker, the original sticker price or whatever that's on the window when you buy it, with the original price and everything. So we've taken care of this car. All of our cars. The only one that's a little bit more run down is the 89 that you just seen. But even that one's not bad for what it is, And you've seen my Project Supras in the back, my Project Probe GT, my Project Sentra B12 in the back. I'll probably make another video and show you that on another video, which I already done several videos on that one as well, but I'll make more when I get a chance. And I'll keep you guys posted and updated to all the upgrades and all the changes that I've done to it, because I'm restoring those cars, building them up and souping them up at the same time. They're going to be big power, big horsepower, big torque. But it's going to be fun. It just takes time because, you need a lot of money to do that. So right now, obviously, I don't have the money, but I will soon. So there we go. And when you guys get a chance, check out my capitalist videos as well. It's really good. It really, I think it's very educational. That's what I'm getting at. I've learned a lot from the capitalists. I have a lot of capitalist mentors, and basically, I'm developing my businesses, not just one, but several different businesses that I have, and working hard to acquire assets. Now, if you have to get a job, then you got to do what you got to do. I run my businesses, and I'm about to get a job as well. So, but you have to do it with a game plan. Don't work a job for a long period of time with no kind of game plan, because that just gets you nowhere. A job, you do it for a certain time period, then you quit, and all your money you put into your asset column so you can invest it into assets and start developing your fortune, developing your businesses and acquire, build a fortune, like I said. Get very rich, very wealthy, so you can do things like build your toys and buy a nice, newer, bigger dream home and take care of your loved ones and so on, etc. You know what I'm getting at. Alright guys, I'm sorry I got a little sidetracked. I'm just trying to say, please check out my capitalist videos. I think they're very informative and educational. Like I said, I got all that education from the capitalist. It's not just me, just talking. All these things are from the capitalists that I've learned from them, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. So you guys, for the ones that don't know, can also learn, you know, and really learn how to make money, you know, legally, you know, how to acquire businesses and assets and become very wealthy, very rich, build an enormous fortune so you can live a better life. All right, you guys, anyhow, like I said, this is the 89 Camry, and that's basically it. As you can see, it runs, idles well. It's not perfect, but for what it is, it's good, very good. And it, you know, it drives well as also. So that's basically it, guys. I guess that's a wrap for now. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.